grant, you can't, that's the Joint Powers Board. It's Economic and Community Development, and we can help.
That are supposed to be doing.
You can't force people to open a business. You have to have someone interested, and then you can support them. You can't just force someone to do something. They have to show interest first. And we do the IRRR has grants we'll offer them. The city has in-kind services we can offer them. There is so much out there. It starts with someone interested in opening that business. That's where it has to start. Again, but someone has to come to you and say, I want to open a daycare. How can I do this? And we say, here's all the resources we can help you with. So it's again, it's a circle. The what company?
The company that you pay that brings these people to town.
We're part of the Joint Powers Board, each city.
But they also, they have, there's a group that runs that out of the.
The Northspan Group is our consultant. Yeah.
You're paying them to find these people.
We're paying them to support our efforts in finding people to open businesses and housing. We're not paying them to do magic. I mean, they can't do magic. They're from Duluth. They come here to talk to us and find out what we need. Yeah.
But if you're paying for it, you're not getting it. Why are we paying for it?
Because they have provided a lot of insight. And when Kurt Antela was our economic developer for 30 years, obviously he did a lot in those 30 years, or why in the world would he have that job? We do support the community, but you can't work magic and force things upon people. You have to have an interested party.
Companies you're paying out. That's what I'm saying. If I remember correctly, it was $20,000 or $30,000.
Northspan Group gets well more than that in a year, but the cities pay $15,000 a year. Each city pays $15,000 a year.
And when we talked, I remember saying, so you're telling me that the amount of people that they discussed White Lakes with, we paid $5,000 each for each one of those people.
I don't know which people. Sorry, I wasn't following that.
I asked how many people had they brought to town, or how many people had they talked about White Lakes at that time? And you told me about 3. And I said, so you're saying we're paying $5,000 for them to talk to one group of people down here?
I don't recall what the 3 is referring to businesses, or yes. I know there was 3 businesses interested in the new industrial park in Aurora. That's the only thing. Yeah. Okay.
That time I said, how many people have they brought to White Lakes? Because we see business going into Aurora, we see business going into Hawaii, we see new construction going on in Aurora, and we see nothing. And I'm saying, why are we paying them if they're not doing anything? If they're not doing anything, we're paying them.
And I think we all want the same thing. That's why we're all in this room. You know, we want White Lakes to thrive again. We want new businesses. We want new houses. We want the city streets to be nice. But again, I hope we can.
Good place to end. I will ask for a motion. Is there a second? Second from Ekman. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. All right, so we are past 5:30, but I will call the regular city Lakes regular council meeting for Monday, October 27th to order. Roll call, please.
Winklers, Grams, here, Jarvila, Ekman, Matheson,
here,
Mayor Scott,
here. All right, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alrighty, moving on to the consent agenda. Has everybody had a chance to read through that? Any questions or comments or anything in there? Hearing nothing, I'll ask for a motion to approve the consent agenda as written.
So moved.
Motion from Councilor Jarvila. Is there a second?
A second.
Second from Councilor Grams. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Moving on to the guests and citizens forum. Is there anybody that wishes to speak or have any questions? And we have the public forum before the regular council meeting. Hopefully everybody got everything out that they needed to during that. So. All right, hearing none, we'll move on to reports from staff. Right, City Administrator Weiberg is not here, but we have Deputy Clerk Sansinger. Anything from you tonight?
Nothing tonight.
Oh, sounds good. Recreation Director Peterson, anything from you? Just agenda items for Bucky. Anything from City Attorney Lewicki? All right, thank you. All right, moving to reports from elected officials. Counselor Grams?
I just wanted to remind people that the Chamber of Commerce has their annual haunted trail and kids Halloween party at the community building on Saturday, November 1st, and that starts at 4:30 and goes till about 7:30. Other than that, nothing to report tonight.
Sounds good, thank you. Counselor Drabula?
I have nothing.
All right, Counselor Ekman?
There are about 30 kids interested in the community garden, so I'm kind of excited about that. I might have to get another chunk of land for that, but that's about it.
All right, Counselor Matheson?
Yeah, back on October 8th, I attended the Ranger Snowmobile ATV monthly meeting. That was the first one I was able to attend since I've been a part of the council here. So that was interesting to attend the meeting. They just kind of wanted us to know that they are currently taking, not applications, what's what I'm looking for? They're
Registration.
redoing their board, so they're going to be hiring electing a new president, secretary, and trail director. So those positions are open. They also did give a big thank you to the city of White Lakes for use of equipment and screening of dirt and stuff that they were working on the trails through here. A lot of interesting stuff, a lot of big trails going up in the area, kind of along the lines that we were talking about, hopefully maybe drawing some more people in. They are expanding trails out into the abyss this way. So this isn't really the end of the world of the ATV trails and snowmobile trails anymore. It's going to keep going that way, and looks like there's a chance they'll be connecting like down to Two Harbors. So connecting to that stuff. So that would be huge to get all that connected. So other than that, I have nothing.
Very cool, thank you. Nothing from me tonight worth sharing, so we will move on. Nothing for old business. Moving on to new business, we have 11.1 max grade change order summary. Do you mind speaking to this, Bucky, a little bit?
Yeah, I can, with the, we accredited, also $9,000 for the some of the improvements that we've done in the area. And now they're asking for, it's actually two change orders. One's 3-inch head for the 88 elevator ramps that go up onto the features. Originally, ramps would come up, sit down on concrete like that, but with them not being recessed at 3 inches, what we want would just make difference on anyone else kind of walking through, so we'd actually have to try to block the area out, and it would kind of limit our walkway towards the east wall. So, and like I said, you'd be kind of tripping over them. So what we plan to do is just recess the ramp itself down 3 inches, and then you'll get a discount cruisable. Over here, and it's rolled out. Other change order is for a heater that was never spent for inside of the compressor building, which is not sure how they mess it, but it is what it is. And the other one on top of that, the heater, the wiring, the Ethernet, and all that stuff, is some emergency stop buttons on the hot water heater. So once they got spec for a pretty big hot water heater in there, so it was over 300,000 BTU. So anything over that 300,000 needs an emergency stop. So that's part of that right there is 10,000.
Is that stop installed on the gas line going to it?
It's electric.
The heater is electric?
Yes.
300,000 BTU electric water.
in the past, when we started discussing why such a big hot water heater, we didn't really get the explanation we wanted, why it's so big, but we just came back, so that's what the state recommends that we have. Because with that, with the ammonia system inside of there, it has a shower and a wash station, so it has to have water ready to go at 80 degrees for at least a 10-minute wash or whatever you try. At 80 degrees.
Is this replacing those several water heaters that were installed like a year or so ago?
No, that's totally different.
So this water heater is just in that new building in the back? Why wasn't it gas as opposed to electric?
It's funny, I don't know if you're looking at that, and I think just with everything inside of there, everything's electric. The whole system, just trying to keep, just not having another safety issue inside of that building, so everything.
How big was the tank?
Again, see, 36 inches wide, 8 feet tall.
I gotta ask the question because that is a chunk of change for something that's not designed to be a team showroom item or anything like that. What are they planning on usage of volume of water with that?
Well, in case there's multiple emergencies in there, there are 2 different inside the vestibule. There's a shower and I wash and another one inside that main building. So their theory is that is the size they need to carry that temperature for a long period.
So they're thinking that there's gonna be possibility of exposure to ammonia for multiple people.
Well, yeah, right. I mean, it's anything to do with the state. We're always get the orders, so we got to be prepared for it. I honestly, I didn't agree with it either, and told you, yeah, to be honest, with that, you can see what change order sitting at 5,000 feet. So I mean, we're sitting pretty good.
So we're still under budget.
We're right at the end, I'm pretty sure.
Don't say it.
I don't agree with all the water heater, but.
But you said that's coming from the state, like they're the ones that,
That's
because of this ammonia system, that's what they want
correct.
next to it.
You talked about a heater for the compressor room. And this is, maybe it's a dumb question, but I've been in the current compressor room and it's very hot in there as it is with all the equipment running.
Right.
But because this is now a standalone building, does it need a better heat source being out in the elements or?
Even in the
Okay.
other building, it had a heat source.
Okay.
It didn't fire out that much. No, I mean, it's 50 degrees, but it ain't like 20 below. It did fire out.
Okay. And that's not the bulk of these expenses. I see it's only 620, but I was just, yeah, wondering.
Right.
And do you feel it's necessary? I know you said like it's kind of a tripping hazard or in the way if we don't do the lifting, like as the, manager there, do you feel like it would
100%.
really be in the way if we didn't
I've
or?
done- You know what I mean? This one was my idea. I took the mayor in there today and I kind of explained to where this elevator platform is gonna be, and it's.
You showed me the other day too, and
Right.
it would be.
Yeah, like if we're redoing it, we don't want it.
Right,
So-
anything elevated, so then it doesn't just take away the panel itself, I mean, now you're kind of section off. I truly, it'll be. Especially when, it would be one thing if we had, 20 wheelchair handicap people coming in there, and we we don't, and, you know, my kids have been hockey and hockey for the last, you know, how many years. I've seen one person. So we just want to be able to hide them. So. Okay. Like I said, hopefully this is, yeah.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, it's gotta be getting close.
Yeah, it is. I'm technically in your hand, we're going for this is everything.
Maybe we're to open an agenda and see the next person.
Oh. That is-
Yeah, we're 92% there. As of this one, we're 92% done.
Yeah, this is approved, still hovering around 90,000 where we projected we would still have, so. About 90,000 under budget. Any other questions for Recreation Director Peterson? Hearing nothing, I'll ask for a motion to approve, max grade change order, with the overall final amount being $10,986.05. Motion from Counselor Matheson, is there a second?
I'll second.
Second from Counselor Ekman, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Moving on to 11.2, Chamber of Commerce Community Building Fee, waived request. Mind speaking to that, Sherry?
Just for the party, every year we just, we're a 501c, so we ask if the fee can be waived to host the event. And I don't even remember what the nonprofit rate is for the community building rental. I thought it was like 50.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a
This is-
lot, but we always,
And it's usually an annual thing that we waive anyway,
it is, yeah.
just for the benefit of all the kiddos in town and being able to have that event. Is there a motion to waive that fee for the chamber? We have a motion from Counselor Jarvela. Is there a second? Second from Counselor Ekman. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Moving on to 11.3, resolution 2025-32, assessment role for current services. Do you mind speaking a little bit to that, Tammy?
Betsy updated it today. People had until today, right before this afternoon, to still pay on everything. So these are the totals that will be assessed to their property taxes. Most of them are past due utilities. There are a couple that are blight. Maybe 2 that are blight, 3. And the rest are all just utilities. And none of them, let's see, I don't know that, besides the one who had approached us during the public hearing to lower the amount by removing, I believe, the penalties. The rest, none of them have even contacted us, I believe, according to Betsy, so.
I see one went down a little bit. They must have made a small payment.
Small little
Yeah,
payment,
but it's, yeah, something, but their balance gets assessed then.
Yeah,
So yeah, we've given folks the opportunity to either pay or come and ask for their
Yeah.
requests at the last council meeting. Looks like some added some money into it, but generally this is kind of what we typically do when we have those past due.
yeah, yeah.
So this is yearly thing. Any other questions or comments regarding this resolution? Hearing none, I'll ask for a motion to approve resolution 2025-0032.
I'll make that motion.
Motion from Counselor Grams, is there a second? A second from Counselor Jarvela. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Moving on to 11.4, Southeast Youth Hockey Association Hockey Contract. You mind speaking a little bit to this, Tammy?
And we do have contracts, different ones with them every year. I talked to Dean a little bit about this one. It looks like Hillary had sent, I'm assuming, in an email to both Bucky and Dean about it, making some changes. I asked Dean his opinion on the changes, and he said it was mostly just language he felt, that it wasn't anything he was worried about. there was just some clarification that had been in there in the past, like just a few little things like the popcorn and stuff, just. I think now it's just food items, and I would assume they would discuss anything with you if they felt they were getting something new that you might have. So, other than that, I don't think there's a lot changing in it. You can see all the changes, what they added, what they removed. Some of it was just old language, spelling. They don't manage the pop machine, the Gatorade machine there anymore, so they wanted that removed.
There was a couple things I noticed, like just on page 2. It says, that they'll work all like Rockridge High School, all games, plus special events. If requested by this White Lake City Council. I think that should maybe just be like city administrator or city staff, like the council's not gonna, I don't think ever request them to be open for something. I would think that'd be more of a,
Yeah.
city staff, if you guys see someone book something and they want concessions open, I don't think that the council would really the approach to approve
Yeah.
that. That's
Yeah, I
one
would
little
think that
thing.
could just be administrative. Between the administrator and
Yeah.
rec director.
But then I see they also want, on page 3, number 6, it says that if the city is responsible for the cost of necessary repairs and maintenance of the concession stand, because it is our building, but then they also say any fixtures located therein. So just curious, like at the golf course contract, is whoever runs that bar restaurant responsible to upkeep their microwave and their convection oven and their fridge and freezer, or is it the city responsibility to keep all those products purchased and working? So just at the arena, to be consistent, is that just typical how we do it? Like we pay for the popcorn machine and the hot dog rollers and the microwaves, or do they pay for those equipment things themselves?
Like the and all that, the refrigerator,
The main.
that was like the city.
Yeah. Because this one does say repair and maintenance of any fixtures located therein. So I guess I would just think maybe there needs to be some clarity. Does that,
They bought warmer.
yeah.
And I don't know if she's ever done it with a real people or anything. Steve got a- slushing machine.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, stuff like that.
I know they bought a hot dog roller and they bought like certain things, but
I,
Whether we
you know, I'm
own
not 100% sure.
yeah, like obviously I would think we need the fridge and the freezer, like all that stuff to work. If the coffee pot is ours, we should make sure it works. Is that a lease with Coke? That's how we do it at the school, is we lease that hot cappuccino machine as a lease through Coke. I don't know if we own ours, if someone maintains it. I just think there might be a little better clarity of,
And this is
What
their
we have
changes
to
that they
buy.
made, right?
yeah,
So they're even questioning, is there a list that explains what we own and what the city
Right.
owns? So even there, again, yeah, the way it's written, it sounds like we're responsible for all of it. The city would be responsible for everything in there. But it looks like they're thinking that we're responsible for whatever we own, so we probably need to.
so even if you add like, in the list provided on appendix A or whatever, and we list what city owned things that we will.
In the past.
Yeah.
replaced,
There's that convection oven where they cook all the, like, just so we know, like, I don't want them to be like, oh, we need a new pretzel warmer, unless that is something we always keep in there, just. And I think it should also kind of be consistent with the golf course. If we're paying for certain things at one or the other, it should be the same. We're kind of doing the same contract with each one.
Is it a problem to do an inventory of what the city owns and what they own? And have that done as
It
a,
would take a little homework and then go back to. I'd have to go back. I could,
I'm pretty sure when I was president, that question was asked and everybody was like, that's just always been there.
Yeah.
We don't really know who owns it. Yeah, so,
but I do know as at least me being involved, they've been a little bit great towards.
Yeah.
I've got $8,500 this year. To help with this real project.
And I think if we're gonna lease it out, there are some basic things we do have to have in there. We can't give them an empty stand and say, go ahead, make money. And they're like, well, now we have to buy, obviously, there should be things that just come standard with the concession stand.
If they feel it's important enough to put it in here, then that should be delineated and a separate list should be done that this is city responsibility and this is.
Even if it's going forward, if people don't really know, like, I don't know where that came from. I mean, maybe the city can be like, well, we feel like these are 5 standard items that you need to operate. If you want something different, you're gonna, like renting the slushy machine or, you know, a different style warmer or something, but I think we should have the basics.
I think it'd be a good idea so that it's a CYA for all concerned. So that we don't end up spending money on something that, hey, we thought the youth hockey had that.
It's some small stuff.
Yeah.
They're the ones that put it in.
Right.
You know?
No one's ever had a killer Karen either.
But she's thorough,
Yeah.
She's.
but it is best to just have it. So there's not a fight about, well, you need to replace that. And the city says, we're not spending that much on that, you know, like, just never hurts to be clear up front.
And just some clarity, because when we first took it over, I was on the board and doing the hockey hut, and the pop machine was already in there. So it was from when the city owned it, so it's probably just city, but if something happens to it, is that something, like you say, that we are saying we will provide
Yeah.
from now on? Like for the
fountain pop.
fountain pop, but that's,
But
is
they
that
don't
gone
use it
now?
anymore.
Yeah, that's what.
That's
Yeah,
gone now.
but-
So there were some things that were just initially in there because we used to do it.
Right.
And if it breaks down,
they
who needs
probably
to replace it?
changed- Yeah,
That's probably why when I asked, it was like,
Oh.
it's been there.
yeah, that coffee machine, if it's still the same one with the 2 pots
Yeah.
going. I
The
mean,
pop is the same grease from 1984.
Makes coffee.
Is that what people running?
It's just seasoned perfect now.
And then they wanna, I think we used to have, it looks like a 60-40 split, and they're asking to go back to the 70-30. So I guess just to make sure does 30, and you don't know what 30% is, because you have no idea what they'll
Right.
make in a year, and you can't really even predict that, because you don't know about the seasons and, but is just as long as the 30% typically we used to cover, you know, any cost that the city might incur as far as electricity and, yeah, so Yeah, they do want to go back.
Refrigerator.
Those are-
Yeah. But I suppose, does youth hockey do the pizza out of there during the kids' Christmas party, or is that the ambulance crew that does it? So it's not only them, is it always only them using it?
Yeah, right, that's used for other city things too, I
Yeah.
think, yeah. Like I said, if we had basic items like the coffee pot, the convection oven, the pizza, you know, if we made a list of the basics that,
There's,
yeah.
I'll figure it out.
But they want to go back to giving us only 30% instead of 40, so just to point that, like, are we fine with that? We think that,
I think
I'm fine with it, it's just something they want to change, so I.
I think their explanation of there being less kids and wanting to keep it down to hopefully attract some more kids. 'cause I
And
know
less
that's one of
events too, like boys hockey didn't have a game there last year at all, you know, there's less events there too, so.
I mean, it is nice that junior gold is out of there completely.
Yeah.
Still
So, yeah,
works for high school team.
I'm fine with 30, I just wanted to point it out. What they want to change.
I guess I don't even remember even back when I was there, what the 40 or 30 even explained it to. I don't remember the amounts, but
It just went up to 60-40 like 2 years.
so it was 70-30 back when I was.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what we were paying the city. Like, I don't remember. what the amount
Yeah.
No, I know. Right.
I think they're making it up with something.
Yeah, replace it for them.
And they keep increasing hockey.
We want the arena used, especially now that it's all redone. Yeah, you don't want.
I'm fine with the 30-70 also.
I mean, yes, if we're waiting, are we kind of tabling this one until we look at that list, or are we? How do we want to do that?
We could make a motion to, just direct city staff to, touch base with the Youth Hockey Association regarding rewording that section to figure out,
Attached list or something, and then we could,
or we can just table it too and just have them. Yeah, let's do that. We can table it, and then in the meantime, if Bucky and I mean Dean when he's back, or Tim. Not that you have any
Find it,
extra
yeah.
time that you can spare, but
Oh.
if you have a minute, but,
Just one.
right.
Regardless, if you. I'll look at it. No.
yeah, I don't think it would be a fight. I just think we have,
No.
yeah.
And then change the language from. That part to it.
Or maybe city staff or admin or something. It just seemed a weird comment, like at the request of city council. Seemed-
So we can just put at the request of City of White Lakes. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
leave it in
just the
there.
city.
Making the request, but
yeah, the request of the city.
yeah.
And then on the front page, it says basically that this will be placed from beginning of the season, October 25, and shall continue until the conclusion of the season in March 2025. Should that be 2026?
Yeah.
So then changing that to on the front page. That was the big thing, though. Not as big, but yeah, if we could have an updated one at some future.
We got the next meeting, hopefully.
Yeah.
And then is this our version or is this,
So that's the version that Dean typed up.
okay, and then this is
With
what
the changes that Heather suggested.
Okay.
Yeah, just a couple little,
And then get an appendix of inventory of what the city is. what the
especially when
cities-
Hillary mentions it too, we might as well just be on the same page.
Yeah, because, I mean, I'll be honest, once Jared was old enough, as parents, you move on to the next level, and the ones who take over don't necessarily know what you knew.
Right.
So it's just easier to have it written.
All right, so we'll table that and then hopefully at next council meeting, we can approve that just with some of those changes. All right, moving on to 11.5, max grade pay application number 13. Anything you want to add to this, Bucky? They look like the ones we've gotten before. Provided us with some updates on the work they've completed.
It's for the 448. Currently, there it is, current payment due, 448, 330.
Yeah. So yeah, with their email, they listed the updates and then kind of what they have left. So it doesn't look like there's too much left before, yeah, at 92%. Hopefully we only get one or two of these left. Any other discussion or questions for this pay application? Hearing none, I'll ask for a motion to approve that grade pay application number 13. Looks like in the amount of $448,330.92.
Make that motion.
Motion from Counselor Grams. Is there a second? Second from Counselor Matheson. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. That was it for the agenda, so I'll ask for a motion for adjournment.
Make that motion.
Motion from Counselor Graham, second from Counselor Darvla. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carried. Thank you. Stop it. We're seeing nobody. You guys don't take it.